Alrighty. And we're back. Let's see what kind of conversation we have. Or we'll just keep talking to ourselves. I have no problem doing that. I think we have amazing, productive conversations and we all have different perspectives. And I think that's important. So I don't have a problem doing that either. There. I did the little birthday cakes. Thank you, Adrian. Because it's my birthday month. I am a November 30th baby, so the very end of the month, but I will be turning 35. So it's my birthday month, guys. Happy birthday month. Thank you, Adrian. Guys, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome back. Do all the good things. And we'll see if we talk to us or ourselves. Wow, Odd Thomas. Wow, what's the wow for? What is that supposed to mean? Thank you, Jason. I say it's my birthday month and I'm going to be 35 and you say, wow, I'm scared about what that means. Okay. So initially I didn't get to hear, I'll have to see what some of the last lawyer who was arguing. If you didn't see her age, I wouldn't have guessed. Thank you, Donovan. I appreciate that. There is a filter. Never forget that when you go it was Owen Wilson's. Wow. Never forget that when you go live, you can turn it off. I don't. But there is a filter that goes on your face. I'm not wearing foundation. Like I'm just wearing brow powder and eye makeup. I'm not wearing anything else. When this filter is off, I promise you, there are pores. There are splotches. I'm a human. I've had 2 children. Frank the Great, if it was a blue tidal wave in blue states, how come those same states were called swing states when you guys won them in 2024? How come I didn't think Mississippi was a blue state? Flipping seats in Georgia, not blue. Interesting. Please do. I cannot get the image creators, the AI, to make Mike Johnson. They keep making him blonde or they don't give him glasses. And so I'm like, I don't think that they know who he is, which is a terrifying thing because that means that the information that the AI is pulling from the internet that that not enough people know who Mike Johnson is for the internet to pull from, like, because that's what it's doing. It's just pulling from resources on the internet, and that means that people are not talking about or looking at Mike Johnson enough that AI is like, I don't know how to make this person. So, what hate? I haven't even spoken about hate. What are you talking about? Doesn't even make any sense. What's this? You guys, and I just checked. I need 102 people to follow my backup. That's it, and we'll be at 1,000. So I would love it if you could do that. Bring up work life. Hating on someone like what? Who did I hate on? What are you talking about? This is football.
I think they're confusing you talking about Mike Johnson not being able to look like an elf. Which I don't think is hate because they make really shitty images anyways.
Who was the other one? Michael Flynn? He looked like an elf too. So
I don't know. I think Chuck Schumer looks like a potato.
yeah, that's fair.
Hey, this is Dirk Funk here. It's an absolute honor to be up here. I really do appreciate this. This is absolutely fantastic.
Cool. Did you vote for Trump?
Of course, I voted for Trump.
Okay. How old are you?
I regret my vote, though. I regret my vote.
Oh, why's that?
Well, I mean, the countless lies that he told during the election. I mean, he didn't fulfill the things that he said he would fulfill.
Why haven't you changed your profile picture then?
I was just about to ask.
I still need to change it. I still need to change it.
I was gonna say if you're not supporting Trump anymore, I say
Yeah, you should probably do that.
I would. You know what? Dirk, if you genuinely regret your vote for Trump, do me a favor. Drop down, change your EFP, and then come back up.
Yep. I agree
Well,
with that. That's what I was just thinking. And I appreciate that you regret your vote. I'm trying to break other people out of their football politic mindset. So if you regret your vote, that's great. Help us push forward and speak against him, and then we can keep going.
How y'all ladies doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
Can't complain.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, about that. So yeah, I did. But it was mainly just to be different because I'm African American man, and
Sure.
my whole family basically always just tells me to vote Democrat. But that's cool and all, but I actually want to know a reason why am I actually doing that, instead of going into things blind. So I decided to be different that time and vote Republican to see what happens. It hasn't even been a full year yet, so I can't really say I regret my vote, but I can definitely see why people would, regret it.
So what about it are you supporting of him?
Well, obviously Trump is a billionaire, and I always hear all these type of things from Democrats saying how he's for the rich people.
He is.
And I'm like, in my head, okay, isn't that a good thing that poor people, I would say I'm poor. Isn't it a good thing that poor people can see the ways that rich people are making money, and you can use that to your advantage to get yourself more money too, right?
No.
I mean, a rich person can
Oh, I thought that was me for a second.
get your own business, you can go in the stock market. You can take all those type of
No.
advantages, right?
Not everybody has that capability.
No? Why not?
Why? Because what
Why not?
wealth,
I'm
what
asking.
extra wealth do people have to invest into the stock market?
What extra wealth? What do you mean?
Where are people?
You have a job, so they give you like a match.
Where are everyday Americans getting extra money to just put into the gambling system we call the stock market?
You save up money, right?
People can't save right now.
A lot of people are going paycheck.
How are you surviving? You can't save.
You barely pay. Do you know what paycheck to
Huh?
paycheck is?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. It means that you use up one paycheck and you try to make that paycheck stretch until your next paycheck. There is no saving.
Do you live on your own?
Yeah, I do. Well, I'm in college, so yeah. So
So
things
you-
are a little bit cheaper for me.
Right.
Right.
So you live in a dorm, right? That does take money.
No, I get your concept. I don't live in a dorm, but I see where you're going with this.
The thing is a lot of people who live paycheck to paycheck, the only reason is they can afford rent, maybe insurance, maybe car insurance, and that's about it.
Yeah, I agree, but how is this his fault when we saw the numbers go up when it was during Biden's term?
What numbers?
The inflation and all these high rocketing
Why?
prices, right?
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. Why did the prices go up? Or why did inflation go up?
I don't know. Why did it go up?
Large
Sure.
thing called COVID-19.
Right. So we had the pandemic, right? And because of the pandemic, a lot of countries had to shut down because people were dying. And that fucked with our supply chain. So, meaning the goods that we have coming into the country. So, there was not goods coming in, and there were just lines of trucks outside of ports trying to pick up containers, but there were no containers. And so, because of that, inflation for goods, there was more demand than there was supply. So, the inflation on goods went up on top of greed from corporate people. That went up. So, yes, we did have a high in 2022 of 9% inflation. It then started to come back down. I don't put that on Biden because even if Trump had won his reelection, he would have had high inflation. It still wasn't even the highest in the world. I think the UK went somewhere 11%, 12% inflation
No,
post-pandemic.
we actually recovered the quickest.
Yeah, we were the quickest recovery in the G7. So it
So-
wasn't Biden's fault.
Okay, yeah, I'm not saying it's his fault, but I'm just saying, though, he had to deal with some things, too.
I
Like with-
agree, but these things that we're dealing with are Trump's fault, right? The increase in prices on goods when he lied and said he was going to lower grocery prices on day one. He put tariffs on every single country, even countries that we have trade, not deficits, what's the other one? Surpluses with.
Okay, so tariffs I thought was a good thing. I'm here to
What
get
is a
educated, too, okay?
What
Hear
is a
me?
tariff?
So I don't know, like, your full definition, but I know that it's wait, just correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it supposed to, like, help out local businesses in America and basically give a tax on international countries, correct?
No. So
Then why would
I'll
he
say
give
half
tariffs?
right on the first part of the answer. So
But why would he give? Excuse me, really quick. But why would he give a tax to a different country if that wasn't the case, right?
because
He doesn't give a tariff to. He doesn't give a tariff to a different state. He gives a tariff to a different
he
country.
doesn't know
So
how
he's
tariffs
taxing
work.
who? Trump or
Trump.
me?
Trump.
Then what? Then what's his plan with giving a tariff to a different country?
He thinks that instead of he wants to be a strongman. He idolizes people like President Xi of China, Putin of Russia, and North Korea. He idolizes those people that they just get stuff done with their word because they're dictators. So he, instead of sitting down and negotiating with people about having new trade deals, 'cause I'm not going to say the trade deals we had with people were perfect, but instead of negotiating with those people on those trade deals, he said, I'm going to try to swing my small, tiny dick around and use tariffs on everybody to try to strong arm them because he assumed, I guess, that our companies here would not buy from other countries that were being tariffed. But that's not the case because we are no longer a manufacturing economy. We are a service economy. So we have to buy goods for demand from other countries. So a tariff is that companies here that buy from other countries have to pay that extra percentage on goods they bring in the United States.
Okay, got it. So then it's just like a leverage thing he's trying to do,
But
which
it's
is
not
not
working.
working.
It's not
Correct.
It's harming the
Okay,
American.
I see what you mean.
Right.
But is there anything that you like about Donald Trump?
No.
Not really. Like, I mean, the only policy I somewhat agreed with is him getting rid of the penny, but even that, we're going to have to figure out how to do change for people who are using cash. That we are having a penny shortage now, but it costs more to make a penny than a penny is worth. So that was really the only thing this term that I somewhat agreed with, but no, because I don't think his policies are helpful to the American people as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anything so far yet. It's more so like a patience thing with me. It's more like a project plan. So I will give him a full year.
He did this the
So-
first time, though. This is not his
No,
first
well, I
time
was-
being president.
I know, but I'm 21, so
I understand
was young.
that. So maybe
you
you
see
should
what I mean?
maybe you should read back into the recession indicators that we had in 2019. This was before the pandemic. And see that all the economists were saying we are going to go into a recession then because of his tariff trade war he did the first time. He did this before.
Alright.
So I would just
I don't know, I
advise you
think
to look
you
into
guys
that. I know
should
you're
just-
young, so I understand that.
No, I will look in that because I'm just trying to get educated for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Yeah, and that's where it's hard because if you are 21, 20, you were so young when that happened. Like there's an entire generation of people that don't remember a Republican Party or they don't remember politics without Trump and what it can look like and what it can be. We just have to try and teach them what it looks like.
A lot of these people, when they were first able to vote, voted during C-19.
Mhm.
I mean, that's when I first voted.
I'm old.
You're not old.
No, I like being 34. I have no problem with that. It makes me
I
happy.
would love to be 25. I can't wait to be 25.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Did
okay.
you vote for Trump?
Very interesting topic. Very interesting panel. I don't
Why not?
vote. It's irrelevant who is in office if you have certain economic. What's that? No,
It's not.
it's irrelevant who's in office.
No, it's not.
Why?
It totally is. Well, here's the thing. If you know economics, there's certain strategies you do when Democrats are in office, and then certain things you do when Republicans are in office. So by that, I mean it's relevant.
Right, but certain programs being funded depends on the president.
I think that would be relevant because if Democrats have one way of doing the economy and Republicans have a different way of doing the economy, I think it'd be very relevant for you to vote.
The way politics work is I'm 51, so I can say that.
Empty promises. APU, I'm gonna drop you down. I would love to have a conversation with you, but your Wi-Fi or whatever is just terrible. Like I can barely hear you. It's like cutting in and out.
I'm gonna pull a thing out of the blue book, but it was originally Crow. Manny's in the chat. Hi, babe.
I would agree there are empty promises. This is why I said earlier, before my restart, that when people campaign, they are campaigning on the Wonderland utopia wish that they also get the Congress to come along with them to get things done.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't always happen, and it makes it difficult when you have two sides opposing each other completely. They didn't used to, right? Even if they were like, we disagree. Okay, but we can meet a little bit in the middle. Trump has kind of fucking broken that. He's broken that. Like, even under Biden, who you guys can't stand, who the Republicans can't stand, there was so much that was passed bipartisanly through Congress. So only now are we getting to a situation where Republicans refuse to negotiate, even though they need Democratic votes. Because they're like, you either deal with what we want or Americans suffer. Like, that's silly. That's a crazy argument. It is absolutely relevant to vote.
Hello?
Hi, how are you today?
Hello. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
Of course I did. Of course. Look at my profile. MAGA.
Sure. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I am 23 and I am in New York City. We are currently going through some tough time because Mondani is now our mayor, which is
so why are you
terrible.
still supporting Trump? Cool. Why are you still supporting Trump?
Oh, because of ICE. Look at these illegal aliens that we have running around in New York City. Everywhere. This is outrageous.
How are they affecting you negatively?
How are they affecting me?
Mm-hmm.
There are criminals everywhere.
Are they?
What do you mean, how are they affecting me?
Prove that.
And why is this person calling me a child? You're retarded.
And there's the slur. Anyway.
We're all not like that. I swear.
They're not going to pick you.
No, they're not.
They could get rid of every illegal in New York, and they're still not going to pick you. So sorry to tell you.
I hope you move out of New York, though.
Huh?
I was hoping maybe he'd move out of New York. Maybe go to maybe go to Texas.
Oh, well, they're going to charge him.
Oh, that's true.
Naquan probably. What? Hello, Naquan.
Okay.
Oh, I was just algo camping.
Oh, you algo camping? Okay.
But to the one that was just up here, the slap nuts that was just up here, and the other one in the comments that I just muted. I need you to request up and show proof that women in New York are losing rights because we voted in Mondami. If you actually look who voted for him, you would see that more women wanted him.
Cuomo did what to women? Anyway.
Yeah. 13 allegations.
One.
Just, you're not coming back up. You slurred. Maybe learn to use appropriate language that doesn't harm marginalized communities. Anyway.
That algo camp is crazy.
Cajun, how are you today?
I'm doing good.
Did you vote for Trump?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't I?
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 40 and I'm in Louisiana, the great state of Louisiana.
Cool. Why are you? Can you take Mike Johnson back? I'm just kidding. Why are you still supporting Trump?
Because I mean he's doing a fabulous job. He can walk up a flight of stairs. I can tell you that.
Can he?
Instead of
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can.
Oh, you haven't seen the videos where he's then, I guess.
So what exactly are y'all celebrating today? Y'all won a couple of states.
I'm not celebrating.
Y'all won a couple of states, and I mean, y'all taking over. Y'all taking over.
Cajun, there are words coming out of my mouth. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool.
Can you hear me? Because I know Dems don't listen.
I'm not a Democrat. Neither is
Not
I.
a Democrat. So, anywho, I was going to ask you, what is Trump doing that's benefiting you?
Let's see. What is he doing? Let's see. I mean, he's giving jobs to people.
Oh, where?
I mean, if we get rid of the freaking illegal aliens
what makes them illegal?
Huh?
What makes them illegal?
That doesn't even mean anything. Show me where we're gaining jobs.
If we
He's
shut down the
deported a
borders
lot of
and we
people. Show
get
me
rid
where
of
we're
the
gaining
illegal
jobs.
aliens and get.
Show me where we're gaining jobs. Show me.
But we are. You have a job,
Where?
don't you? You have a
Where?
job, don't you?
Yeah, this. Where?
Huh?
Where are we gaining jobs? Show me in the BLS report where we're gaining jobs in
We are
agriculture.
gaining jobs. We're
Where?
thriving.
Show me in the BLS report where we are gaining jobs in agriculture.
So how many jobs were gained under Biden and Obama?
I have to go back to Biden's numbers
I'm just
total.
saying.
Yeah, Trump is nowhere near that. Trump is losing jobs.
Biden and Obama was against drilling in the
went
South,
up.
and
Obama, I don't know why you're still
this
talking about Obama.
country depends about 90% on drilling, and they wanted to totally shut that down.
Show me
They
that.
wanted
Prove
to
that
see
to me that this country relies 90% on drilling.
everything. I mean,
Show me a source for that, Cajun.
90% of what you have comes
Show me a
from the
source
oil
for that,
field.
Cajun.
Comes from the oil field. Everything, almost
Show
pretty
me
much
that
everything.
90%
Plastics,
of what we
everything.
rely on in this nation is through drilling. That our economy is 90% drilling. Show me that.
It is. Come to the South. You're gonna understand where I'm coming from.
No,
I live in the South.
God.
I live in the South.
No,
What the fuck are you,
you guys
talking about?
ever have facts, or you just have your big fifis.
All they have is feelings. That's all they have.
The Dems don't have facts either.
Nobody here is a Democrat.
So who do you say shut down the government?
Both of them.
Okay, I can agree with you on that.
Can I bring up Manny?
I guess.
I can agree with you on that.
Yeah, it was both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the middle because what I think is both sides need to stop bickering amongst each other.
What are they bickering about?
They're bickering. Okay, this is the Republicans' fault. Then this is the Dems' fault. Can
Sure.
we get
No,
some?
no. But I mean the core issue of why the government is closed. What are the Democrats standing on?
That it was the Republicans that shut it down.
That's not what they're standing.
But-
That's not what they're standing.
But it was them that shut it down.
So you
'cause they
don't know.
voted
You don't
13
know why the
times
Democrats are
against-
not voting with Republicans.
Thank you.
Wait, say that again.
Why are the Democrats not voting with Republicans on the CR?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to press for is for people to come together, start arguing.
Republicans will not negotiate with them.
amongst each other. Let's open the government back so people can start getting their benefits again.
Moni,
Yes.
everything came from oil. Did my Taco Bell come from oil?
Probably.
I'm
You
about to
get
get Taco
Taco
Bell
Bell?
right now. I'm about to get
Without
Taco
me?
Bell. Hey, look, I gotta eat, all right? Because you didn't get the oil. You didn't get my frozen meal from Walmart that comes from oil as well.
Oh,
So
that's
I gotta
true.
go get the.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
So,
So
Cajun,
Kate,
real quick though, I just want you to look into the fact that what it is that the
So you don't
Democrats.
think? Let me ask you a question. You don't think if like the
She was
bickering
no.
amongst
So
the two-
Cajun, she
Hello?
was about to ask you a question. You're going to sit and
If
listen.
you don't know, I'm not even like asking you a question. I just want you to look into, okay, the big beautiful bill and allowing Affordable Care Act subsidies to expire. That is what the Democrats are fighting, is so that people's premiums in healthcare do not go up, so people do not lose their healthcare. W Blue.
I just have more questions. So am I riding in oil to go pick up oil Taco Bell and then go back to my job that apparently came out of oil as well?
Real dinosaurs now.
Like
Petrol.
did everything come from
90%. Well, it's like the
90?
300 million of us that died from overdoses, Manny.
Oh,
From oil.
from oil.
Yeah.
So if 300 million died from overdoses, were those overdoses caused by oil?
Well, when you look at the bones,
I'm gonna go back into algo.
I love you.
Love you.
Bye, Manny. Go get your
I'm mad
oily
he got Taco Bell without me.
Birds are dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are oil. I am oil. Ay, ay. Yes, a lot of things are petroleum based. I know. I was just making fun. We're making fun of the 90%. I'm very aware. A lot
But
of
like
things are-
petroleum jelly.
There you go.
What?
I ate Taco Bell yesterday. That did happen.
What did I eat yesterday? I had blackberries yesterday.
Let's see.
Oh, please say you're not a Trump supporter, DZ.
Oh, hi. I'm not a Trump supporter.
Okay.
Okay, I was about to freak the fuck out. I see that PFP and I was about to lose my fucking shit.
She's like, the nerd hello? Matthew Lillard would be ashamed.
I was so
We don't want
close.
that.
I was going to lose my shit real fucking
You were
quick.
super blue yesterday with that jacket. I didn't wear a jacket yesterday. What? Hello? What? I wore a hoodie and I wore a Sesame Street shirt.
Oh, I was wearing the not
hoodie?
Peter. You guys
I didn't
hate
do this.
me. You guys hate me.
Oh,
How are
No,
you?
you
like
fucking
that.
smack your lips like a 3-year-old.
Oh, joy. Peter, how are you today?
Yeah, that would work out well.
Peter, how are you today?
I'm hanging in.
Cool. Did you vote for Trump?
Yep.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm in my 50s in Tennessee.
Cool. Why are you still supporting Trump?
I like the way he's trying to at least clean up the cities and
How's he doing that?
huh?
How's he doing that?
Well, originally being from Memphis, he's cleaned that up. Well, better than it was.
With what? What did he do to clean up Memphis?
Well, he's found sex traffickers. They've arrested numerous gang members.
Can you back that up with facts? Can you show me any type of information that shows that?
You'd have to go to News Channel 5 in Memphis. They've got it all on
News
their
Channel 5.
And what was the headline?
website. I don't remember. Hell, I don't live in Memphis no more. I escaped.
Where do you live now in Tennessee?
Middle part.
Middle Tennessee, so like Nashville area?
Yep.
So do you think Nashville doesn't have crime either?
Not as bad as Memphis.
I'm not denying that they have crime. Like, I'm not saying they don't have crime and a high rate in Memphis specifically. But what I'm saying is, how did he fix it?
Well, he brought in the National Guard.
Oh, so you're okay with the military being on our streets?
Yep.
He wants to live in a police state.
Do you know the Benjamin Franklin quote on liberty by chance?
Nope.
Can you spell Benjamin Franklin?
Ben German Franklin.
Proves
So
my point.
those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. You're okay with a police state as long as it makes you feel good, even though it's harming people.
Well, when the police keep arresting these animals and they keep letting them right out,
Animals, they're humans.
they're
still humans.
they're criminals.
I agree. Maybe if they're convicted.
If they go through due process.
Yeah.
But you've also provided no proof that there's been has there been a decrease in crime because of this when there was already a decrease in crime in general?
The only thing I could see anything from anything that happened in Memphis is the fact that minority communities are feeling very uncomfortable due to the National Guard being there. And on top of that, from the Nashville Banner, Governor Lee, Memphis await ruling on temporary injunction against the National Guard deployment.
Yeah, that won't work.
What do you mean it won't work?
It means it'll lose. Governor Lee's gonna,
I'm aware what it's not going to work is. I'm asking, why are you saying that?
because Governor Lee has the authority to do it.
Call the
He's
National
fine with them. He wants them in. As a matter of fact, he wants them in Nashville.
Okay, that's fine.
Where I
So
live.
then how do you feel about it in other states who didn't ask for it though?
I mean, if they're not going to clean up their streets and there's
So
rampant
much for
crime,
states' rights.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't care about states' rights.
I think they ought to let the police do their damn job, and the judges need to do theirs.
The
and
police
Who else
get
was
don't
them
do
doing
their
their
job.
job?
bail.
Somebody else was doing their job during a certain time in the 30s. Did you know that, Peter?
Get out, buddy, and get get rid of cashless bail.
Peter, who else
What?
was doing their job in the 1930s? Somebody
Oh,
else. They were
let's
just
hear.
doing-
I don't know who you're talking about.
Do you not pay attention to history?
Who are you talking about?
the Yahtzees.
Oh, so y'all just want to keep throwing that.
No,
stupid
my
term
issue is
out
that
and-
I don't think we should have unqualified immunity for police officers and the military because they can violate people's rights, and I do not think that that is okay. As Stephen Miller put it, you are no longer handcuffed. And by the way, cashless bail, okay, this is so you are not punished simply for being poor.
Why'd you get arrested?
go through court for that. What does that have to do with having to
Why did you get
pay
arrested?
bail? If they can pay bail, they should be able to pay their bail and then go to their court hearing.
Why did they get arrested?
Doesn't matter, does it? Because they're not proven until they go through court. It's just an
Well,
law, isn't it?
then
And it's not for violent
the
crimes.
police had a
Cashless bail, it's
reason.
not for violent crimes. Nobody is getting accused. Nobody's getting indicted on murder charges and then being allowed to use cashless bail. That's silly.
Those are primarily used for petty
Yeah.
crimes.
It's petty crimes and misdemeanors.
Petty crimes like breaking in someone's home.
That's a petty crime.
That would
So breaking in someone's home, you think they should be able to just get right back out? No, I don't know, do it again tomorrow because they know nothing's
they
going to
have a
happen.
court date. No, because then
They
they'll get
still-
arrested again and then they will be denied bail. That's how that system works. No.
They still get due process. They still have to sit through a court hearing. They still face consequences, whether it's their first, second, third, fourth, whatever time frame it is. I think when we're having that conversation, we should talk about the actual the jail system and how we actually don't take care of our citizens when they're in a difficult situation.
Right.
Because what is the number
they
one
have-
reason why there's crime, Peter?
Oh, you're going to say that they're poor and they need to steal. to
Poverty is
survive,
the
right?
number one reason why crime happens.
It's not just what she's saying; it's the truth.
That's
Okay.
direct correlation.
Hey, Blue.
You know, there's other ways to get money besides, breaking in somebody's house and take a chance of getting unalived in the process.
Peter, what's the minimum wage in Tennessee?
What is it? 10 something an hour, I guess?
No, absolutely fucking
No,
not.
it matches the federal. It's $7.25.
It's
Okay.
federal in Tennessee?
I don't know anybody that pays. I don't know anybody around that pays.
You kidding me? Look on Indeed. Do me a favor. Look on Indeed just for one job. You can see a lot of jobs are only offering basic minimum wage.
And what jobs are those?
Those are when I was applying for a daycare, they were only going to offer me $7.25 in Tennessee. $7.25 to watch and educate children. Do you think that's acceptable?
Did you take the job?
No, I'm worth more than $7.25. The fuck?
Okay. Well, then there you go.
No. You also think people have choices in capitalism. Cool.
Do you know what the
Don't really, huh? Get down.
Yeah, I'm telling Nitro the same thing here.
I'm talking about German Shepherd.
Yeah, I'm
No,
telling
you're
my
fine.
cat to get down.
Yeah,
too.
I figured you were talking to your pet. You're fine.
Whiskey's doing good, actually. It's weird.
Do you know in Memphis, Tennessee, what the living wage is estimated at?
In Memphis, probably around 30,000.
I mean, hourly.
Oh, hourly?
Mhm.
I've been gone way too damn long.
It's $21.54.
All right.
When the federal minimum wage, when we're living based on the federal minimum wage, if the lowest that the company can pay is $7.25, even if they're not paying that, there's no incentive for them to pay much more than that.
I'm
So
just saying,
even
I
if
don't
people
know
are getting
any
paid
companies-
like $10 an hour, that's still half of a living wage.
I'm saying I don't know any companies up here in Nashville or in Memphis that pay $7.25 an hour.
And I don't know, and there's hardly any that are paying $21.54 an hour either. What I'm saying is that they're paying well below the
What's
living
needed.
wage. It is hard to live in this city off of the wages that are being offered.
Well,
So when we're talking about the
what's
National
the
Guard,
option? So what's the option? Steal?
for some people that is the option.
So if a mother needs to steal formula because it costs more than the hourly wage, are you okay with that?
Jesus Christ.
That's a no, Monica.
So you're not okay with that?
I don't think you should steal no matter what.
Your
So
family,
even-
your children are starving.
Of
you
course,
shouldn't
then
steal.
again, my father was on the police department on the K-9 unit,
I
so
don't
A cab all day,
Cool.
every day.
My dad worked in the K-9 unit of the Air Force. Awesome.
oh, cool.
Cool. What does that have to do with a family starving? Just feed people,
that's-
Peter.
It sounds like you're speaking from a place of privilege, Peter, because just because you haven't had to experience that doesn't mean that there aren't families in Memphis or in other cities that are like Memphis that aren't seeing this extreme wealth gap this extreme poverty, even while, do you know who the biggest employer in this country is?
Probably the government.
No, Walmart. Walmart is incentivized to pay their employees as little as possible, so their employees can be on assistance programs like SNAP, and then those employees turn around and use that SNAP to buy from Walmart. So Walmart is double dipping.
Oh, that was in the business model, I guess.
Mhm,
Yeah,
pretty much.
and it's that doesn't help people. It's actively harming the lower and middle class.
They're exploiting us.
Walmart is one of the richest companies. I need to. Nitro is all up in the window. I need. Walmart is one of the richest companies in this country. They could afford to pay all of their employees a living wage easily and still make a significant profit, but they're not incentivized to do so. They're incentivized to do the opposite, to pay them as little as possible and then just rake in the money for the top. So all of that was kind of getting around to talking about the National Guard being in Memphis and who don't have jurisdiction to arrest anybody, by the way.
Yeah.
It's actually other federal agencies that are there alongside them that have done the work of
Right, the TBI,
any
right.
of
Yeah, the
of doing
TBI
any arrests. But
yeah,
even
and
on but
state.
none of them are legally allowed to stay here forever.
No, they're
So
not.
the material conditions of the people here in Memphis have not changed.
Okay,
So
so where do you live at in Memphis?
I'm in Cordova now, but I grew up in Fraser.
How old are you?
39.
So, I mean, I actually I grew up in Whitehaven,
Mm-hmm.
and I can honestly remember when you didn't have to really lock your doors, lock your car door, look over your shoulder, anything like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
And now you know what Whitehaven is now.
Yeah.
You know,
But
and
but
that was and that is why everybody is moved to G Town
yeah,
or out completely
if they
out.
can,
You
if they
know,
have that ability. My parents are still in Fraser.
I
Like
mean,
there's the thing that I'm getting at is that the material conditions of these people, because of the Nitro, I'm about to put my cat out. Hold on.
that's funny. A cat named
Free
Nitro.
Nitro.
Yes, way too much energy. But the material conditions of the people in Memphis are at a detriment to, or are being damaged by this red state that they're in, because the Republicans at our state level, our governor, and definitely our Congress, our politicians on the federal level, they don't care about us. The Republicans do not care. They have never fought for us, and we constantly vote them back in just because this is a red state now. I remember when the state was blue for a short period when I was in like middle school, but ever since then, these these Republican politicians have constantly done things to hold us back. They have not done anything to try to raise our minimum wage in this state. They haven't done anything to try to. They've actually gone the opposite direction of trying to do anything about gun reform.
Well, how many? Yeah, but look at all the manufacturing. Look at all the warehouses that are in Memphis now. I mean, the country club we used
The
to be a
pollution
part
that we're
of
getting.
is now a damn.
You mean like Elon Musk's AI factory that the NAACP had to sue because they were polluting our water, polluting our air?
I'm not talking about Elon Musk. I'm talking about the other companies that have moved their warehouses into Memphis. I mean, you can't tell me that they're not looking
Yeah,
for work.
Nike and Amazon have moved their warehouses here because it's cheap.
Amazon also doesn't allow for unions and doesn't pay good enough wages to offer health care or like to live.
Amazon's not good. Amazon is a shitty company to work for, especially in the warehouses.
Yeah, it's because it's cheap. It's cheap for them to be here, and they don't. And again, they're
FedEx
not
pays
necessarily
pretty damn
paying
well.
the best rates.
FedEx pays pretty damn well.
After you've been there for a while, yeah.
Right.
After
And
you've
so
been there
does
for 10,
UPS.
15 years.
So the problem you're
UPS
running
down on
into,
Brooks Road pays well.
the problem you're running into is that we're seeing this all over the country. Companies are moving into red states because they won't tax them, right? And they're greedy. So they're like, we're going to go to these red states that won't tax us. They come in, they pollute the people's air and water. They do not contribute anything into the actual community that they are then a part of. And then what happens is what everybody on the right likes to say is it turns it into its own little California, because eventually costs will keep increasing, property taxes will keep increasing, people will keep paying more, and those companies will move out again.
The main
And
reason
they've
a lot of
destroyed your community after they've done so.
the main reason a lot of distribution companies move into Memphis is because it's centrally located in the United States. That's the reason.
Taxes.
It's the taxes.
We've
Like,
seen
yes,
this.
we have been a distribution hub for decades, for forever.
That's what,
Like,
that's what Memphis is known for.
That was what we were built on. But also because we are in this red state, because the taxes are very low here, that is the real incentive for moving here to Memphis.
Well, doesn't it make sense if you own a company?
Sure,
Yeah.
if you're a disgusting, greed-filled piece of shit who doesn't care about people, yeah, sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, because these corporations don't need the tax incentive. they don't need it to be cheaper. They're just greedy. They just want to be able to accumulate even more wealth at the top. Because they're not using those taxes to, or that lack of taxes, they're not using that extra money on their employees.
So what do you think what do y'all think the minimum wage should be?
Livable, not
What's-
$7.25.
What's livable?
What was the last estimate they said in I'm like, it's going to be different for each state, but I know, I think it's somewhere around 25 to 27. I think.
At least whatever the livable wage, whatever would be livable wage in Tennessee, which you said was what, 21, 22 an hour, Blue?
Yeah.
For Memphis, it's $21.54, and that's if you're a single adult with 0 kids.
Also, maybe instead of giving all these huge tax cuts to these huge corporations and having our government sit and simp for them the entire time, we're still having issues with our infrastructure here in Tennessee. Tennessee has shitty infrastructure.
Make them pay for
Yeah,
that.
it's awful.
Well, I mean, I will say that the infrastructure in Nashville is not great because the damn city's growing too damn fast.
It's not even the damn city though. It's the fact that the politicians that are elected in Tennessee don't focus on the citizens of Tennessee. I've only lived in this state for about a year.
But like make the
Well, where do you live at in Tennessee?
Middle Tennessee.
Where?
Make the companies
live in Nashville?
that come in pay for that. Make the builders that
Yeah,
come in
buddy.
and build apartments pay for some of that.
Do you live in Nashville?
I'm 10 minutes outside of Nashville.
Oh, you on the Laverne side?
I mean, she's probably not trying to get that specific because we are on the internet. We have a lot of hateful people who come after
I'm
us.
trying to find a city. I live near Goodlettsville.
So okay, so you don't have that morning cluster.
No, when my partner drives to go to work, yes, he deals with the morning cluster going through Nashville.
Right. But like, okay, so I'm in Colorado, but I'm in an up and coming area. Like we're building very fast out here. And we have companies coming in. We have a Pepsi company. We have Amazon. I have an Amazon 5 minutes from where I live. And then we have the Pepsi company coming here, and then Coca-Cola decided I think Coca-Cola was first, and then Pepsi decided they're going to build across the street because they have to compete. And the problem that I have, and even like the house that I am in with my family was a big builder community, cookie cutter little houses, but they didn't help build any streets. They didn't help build any schools. They didn't I think we should require these companies to do that. If they're going to come in and make money off of a community, they should invest in that community too.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not Republican policy.
Problem, you charge these companies so much, they're going to raise the price on goods on everything, and then
How do we
nobody's
charge
going
them?
to pay for it.
No, they do that anyway.
do that
They're doing
anyway.
that already, Peter.
It will be extremely worse.
And
Then
it's
regulate
Why hasn't
that.
it? Why hasn't that been the case in the past? Why is it that when we lower, say, taxes on those companies, that their prices don't go down?
Hmm.
They don't go up
Yes, they do.
near
Yes,
as
they do.
fast.
Yes,
They
Near
do
as
still
fast.
go up.
Near as fast. They do not go
We
up.
don't. We can't
It's
even.
called
We can't
inflation
even.
too.
We can't even talk about whether or not it's going to go up near as fast because we don't lower we don't increase the taxes.
we've never tried. That's the thing. We've never tried
But
on
we
a lot of
have.
these things.
We did. We
Mm-hmm.
taxed them in the 50s, and our middle class boomed.
Right.
We did. We can do it again.
50s. What a time to be alive, I guess.
We've consistently been lowering the taxes on them since the 90s.
Yeah.
Since before the 90s, but like Bill Clinton raised the taxes on them, and then we went back to lowering the taxes on them, and so we haven't had an opportunity to see what would happen if we raise the taxes on them.
Well, the state of Tennessee is doing pretty well financially
No, it's not.
Absolutely
No,
not.
it's not.
with all the
We
companies that are
have.
coming
Do
in.
you know why we? Do you know why we have a surplus?
I mean, I live outside of Nashville myself, except I live on the other side of where she's saying she's from.
Peter, do you know why Tennessee has a surplus?
Why?
Because it's not spending the money on its people.
Doesn't
Oh,
focus on the people. It focuses on the big corporations that are in like downtown Nashville. Doesn't focus on the citizens of Tennessee. The reason when we talk about places like Brentwood and Franklin and stuff like that, like cities in Tennessee that have high amount of money that's in there and quote unquote rich people living there, and then you have places like where I live where there's public transportation and there are so many people on the side of the road because they keep getting pushed out of different areas. Tennessee doesn't care about their citizens.
Something I brought up many times is that how the state has funds that they received from the federal government to distribute for education. They withheld those funds from Memphis, from the Memphis for Shelby County school system now, from the Memphis school system. They then complained about low test scores in Memphis, and then said that, or now they're threatening to take over the Memphis City school system on a state, having the state take them over. They don't care
well, I
about,
will tell
like,
you,
they do that
where
to
I went to high
demonize this
school, when I
area
was in,
because of the demographic that lives here.
when I was in high school there, the schools have gotten atrocious, but
Yeah,
they weren't,
they're not getting funded, Peter.
you
That's what I'm
know,
saying. They're not getting funded. They're not getting new textbooks. The schools are falling apart. Teachers don't want to work in the schools because they're not getting paid.
hell, they're not safe.
That's not but the issue why they're not safe is because we don't allocate enough funds to the schools to protect themselves.
And the Republicans, if
How do you expect
if the
them to
complaint is
protect
about
themselves?
safety,
Y'all don't want guns in schools.
well,
Go ahead, Blue.
the Republican, hold on, the Republicans, what was it, 2 years ago? The Republicans voted against safe storage laws and red flag laws. Memphis voted for safe storage, red flag laws, universal background checks. We voted for all of those things on a referendum, but referendums don't do anything. All that really is a temperature check to see what we want in the city. And it was kind of to try to push Tennessee into a conversation with the Supreme Court. but the state does not care. They don't want to do anything about gun violence. They want us to continue to have this gun violence in the city, so that they can continue to say that Memphis is this violent hellscape. Even though in September, the Memphis Police Department stated that we were at a 25-year low in crime. But that's where Trump wanted to. But Trump still sent the National Guard to us.
And even going to the school in the education sector in Tennessee, the voucher program is actively unaliving the public schools. And when we're having conversations with these teachers who work in these private schools, a lot of them are cutting programs for assistance for children who are on the spectrum. Being someone who taught in Williamson County for a month, and I had to leave because I was being undermined for what I had through my education and my certificates and what I did before I moved to Tennessee. Teachers don't want to teach in this state. No different than what's going to happen in Florida, what's going to happen in Texas, what's going to happen in Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Mississippi, Louisiana, you fucking name it. Red states have always shown that they don't want to teach their teacher or don't want to take care of their students and or the children that they're trying to educate.
I'm telling you, I knew some, they've all retired, but they were scared to go into schools, and you can't get on the children because they're scared they'll get the hell kicked out of them. Now, in what world? Really? At BTW, that's never happened. At Central, that's never happened.
I graduated from Central. I have 2 friends who are teachers at BTW.
And yeah.
I had no problem, no issues when I was in school at Central. I know that was 2004. It hasn't gotten worse at Central.
Okay.
I can tell you it's gotten worse in other areas. Again, I worked at a school that was considered a private school, but not really. And they had to cut funding for lunch programs. I'm cutting out.
A little bit. You're okay. You guys, we could get that for whenever you're ready.
Yeah, but the point of the matter is that because of Republicans over this state, because of Republicans over this country, we are being held back, and Trump is the centerpiece for it right now.
Well, you were talking about the gun violence. I mean, look at all the gangbangers that are down there.
Okay, why don't we do anything about gun laws then? Why are we making it easier for them to acquire them?
When the hell does a criminal buy a gun legally?
Okay, so have no laws. All right.
A majority of them, actually. If you would look that up. A majority of them. Guys,
break all the laws.
W. Jillian for the Swan. That is one way with capitalism to get rid of somebody. I was just letting the Tennesseans talk amongst themselves.
I ain't from here. No, don't call me that. Do not call me that. I ain't from here. I live here. And unfortunately, because I live here, everyone calls me a Tennessean. I ain't from here.
But yes, a majority of the people who are committing crimes with weapons, those are legally bought. I understand this idea that then they will buy illegally. Yeah, that's going to happen, but I can't tackle that until I can tackle the legal ones first, because those ones seem to be the problem right now.
The last major couple mass unalivings that have occurred with firearms were all legally purchased.
And the idea that, oh, well, criminals are going to criminal, then we shouldn't have any laws in. No laws, because criminals are going to break the law anyway.
Right. I know.
So, quick fact check for the dude that just said that dumb shit out of his mouth. 70% of all firearms used in crimes are literally obtained legally. We got states that don't do universal background check, which mean I can fly out to places like Texas because most of our pew-pews in New York come from states that do not do universal background checks. I could fly out to Texas right now and ask my friend, can I buy his pew-pew and he does not have to do a background check on me, and I can ship it back to New York or drive it back to New York. So yes, 70% of it.
Waiting on Chicky to drop you.
That's waiting on it too.
I know it was coming. It was coming. I know it.
Did you feel it?
Chicky always do it. Hey, Oya, baby.
There it is. Fucking Crow on this episode of Naquan repeats the panel. We love you, Naquan.
it makes me chuckle so much because this is what the people here are talking, and this is what they talk about, and it's so silly to me because again, I've been lucky enough. I've lived in pretty much blue states my whole life up until last year. This is the first time I've ever lived in a red state with a red governor, with a red senator, with a red representative, with a red mayor, like all of the above. And the thing I will never understand is the fact that they sit here and complain and complain and complain, and yet you don't do shit.
We have one in our on the federal level. We have one person representing us from the Democrats, Steve Cohen from my district, the congressman. That's it. All of our both of our senators are red. All of our Congress people, all of our other House members are red. The governor is red. Everything is red, and then they still complain about everything going wrong and don't change a thing. Don't try to vote for anything different.
The definition of insanity is, I saw them, Jeff. I'm gonna put them on some Christmas cards. You can't get your kids Christmas gifts because of this elf right here.
That's crazy. Oh, Ash, I moved here because my boyfriend lives here, but we won't be here much longer.
You moved there for dick?
No. No. I moved
and
to
love.
break the distance.
Also love.
I moved to break the distance, and I wanted to get out of Virginia. Now we're gonna go back.
Monica. I'm just saying.
Not the whole Monica.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh yeah, you.
Yeah, no, it's this idea that like, well, we can't fix it because you won't let us do our policies. But it's like this is a state. Like Tennessee's a prime example. Florida's a prime example. Oklahoma, like prime examples of states doing their Republican policies and they're still not working.
Well, and it's like they'll sit and they'll complain about city, like blue cities, and it makes me laugh so hard because they want to go, well, look at Chicago, look at Detroit, look at New York, and it's like, what is going on in those cities? What is going on in the state of Michigan? How is
Even
Michigan
blue cities in red states. Where's your funding coming from? Where do you think it's coming from?
Right.
Those cities.
The laws
That fucker had to
are
live in Brentwood or something.
the laws are the state laws. Like it makes no sense.
Oh yeah, that lady. I only married my husband for his dick. I don't know. Did you? Maybe.
Look, but I was the only one on the panel who was actively calling you racist, and I love the fact you're like, no one's calling you that. In the back of my head, should I just say, but I am?
Yeah, no, I don't. People like Peter need to look into stuff a little more and not just, again, everything is like playing this football politics game without understanding how policy is affecting you. The effects are not they're in your face, but you don't know that they're direct correlation to something else.
Well, and it's like they act like they're stupid, and like I don't think anyone is genuinely stupid. I think people are ignorant.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone.
There's people who are willfully ignorant.
Right. And specifically in states like Tennessee, where education is low, they don't know how to critically think. Not calling blue stupid or anyone else who's in Tennessee who voted blue.
I want you to know that. I was in the honors program. I can think.
It's just so silly to me. And it's like,
well, and
Swarovski, I am not in a blue city. Don't get that shit twisted.
I cannot deal with having conversations where it's all about money all the time. It's all about money all the time. I don't care. I don't care if a mother has to steal to feed her kids. I don't care.
That genuinely never made sense to me. Like that was one of the things I was always told when I was working at Meijer, the grocery store, right? The biggest thing I was told by some of my employers is if you see a mom maybe walking out with, formula, you didn't see it. You saw
They
what?
have jobs, King.
It's crazy.
They have jobs and they still can't afford food. And I don't care. I don't fucking care. I don't remember in the Bible where Jesus said, feed people, but only if they have jobs.
I don't remember that part in the Bible.
Yeah, I don't remember that part either.
Do
you remember when he took the 7 fishes and he said, fuck you, try and figure out a way to feed all these people with that?
No.
Or did he turn it into more than it was. Oh,
I mean,
And even
granted,
without even going into the Bible, I don't even remember that it being in the preamble where it said that the government is here for the general welfare of people, but only when they have jobs.
right.
I like how people are now like Meyer, fellow Michigander, originally from Michigan, lived all over the place, currently now residing in the state of Tennessee. I've been all over the place.
Like the way that I don't care. I don't care that Kroger loses money. I don't care when Walmart loses money.
They will be fine. Those corporations will be fine. Those CEOs will be fine.
And if they're not, then they just become a grunt ass worker like the rest of us. Thank
Yeah,
you,
if they
Linnati. So, according to the New York Times, the Supreme Court justices expressed skepticism of Trump's tariff power. Based off of some of the argumentation I heard, that seemed to be the case. The lawyer who was representing these small businesses, he was doing all right. There was, when Cass was listening to him, there was a concession that he made that he shouldn't have made about the constitutionality of it, and I don't think he should have done that. But I didn't get to see the one of the lawyers. I think that was for the states overall. I didn't get to see his arguments because I had to come on, so I'm going to catch up on those later to kind of see where he's at.
I don't know how people can sit and listen to SCOTUS. I sit there and I'm like,
Oh, I love it. Oh my
I
god, I
just,
love it.
I feel like
I
I'd be
love
more entertained if I
legalese.
could see their faces.
That's fair. I
I
love
want to see.
legalese. It's like fun to listen to for me for some
It
reason.
makes me feel like I'm not smart.
Well, there's that. I do get that part sometimes too.
Hi,
And
babe.
that
Bye, babe.
they're like citing cases, and I'm like, ooh, let me look this up. What is this? Like, what did this say? I should have
Babe,
been a
if
paralegal.
you're in here, can you drop a big gift? I love you.
Do it. You gotta do it. When I ask my husband for a favor, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm like, I'll show you my boobies later. And he's like, that's not equal payment. I was like, yes, the fuck it is.
Taxation. Yeah. Titties are tax. Tax titties. No,
Yeah.
don't tax titties.
I mean, you charge for that on those links anyway, so it just makes it makes sense.
Yeah, you're getting it
Who
for
is
free.
babe? Is that oil?
Babe, that's oil. My God.
I don't know if he's in here still. Oh Lord.
Hi, Lyle. How are you today?
Good, how are you guys?
He's in here. I love
What
you.
would you like to talk about today? What's
I was
behind
just
you?
curious. There's 7 million open jobs. I'm not really seeing the issue with people being able to get employed. You're
What kind of
arguing that
jobs?
minimum what? Well, I just looked at entry level jobs just where I live in Houston. There's literally 24,000 plus
Entry level. So
jobs.
what's the pay on that?
I'm looking at 50,000, 35 to 41,000, 25 an hour, 31 an hour. I mean, you're talking about livable wage being around $27 an hour.
Are you
There's
talking about in
plenty of,
Tennessee?
we can look
Houston.
at Tennessee too.
So $30,000 a year.
Let's look at Memphis, Tennessee, 5,000
$30,000 a
plus
year is
jobs.
livable.
Yeah, $30,000 a year is livable. I've done it. You just
Accounting
have to
for
look
ghost
below your
jobs?
means.
No, yeah, you've done it, Lyle. That's great. Good on you for the survivorship bias that you have, that you were able to do it. Do you have kids?
I do.
How many?
2.
Okay. Do you have a partner in the home who also works?
I do now. Before that, she was in school and not working, so I supported both of us for 2
On
years while she went to
$30,000
grad
a
school.
year.
Yeah.
How?
You move into a house and you get roommates and you
Oh,
live
So you
below your
had
You put
other
means.
yourself in
people
credit
paying
card
into
debt.
it?
Okay. Got it.
You put yourself in credit card debt. But you brought up something very interesting. So are you accounting for ghost jobs?
Why don't
You
you
know what
define
that
ghost
is?
jobs for me?
No? Okay. So ghost jobs are jobs that that companies put on up on the job market, on the job boards like Indeed and LinkedIn and Career Builder and all that stuff, but they're not actually hiring for those jobs.
They're hiring for other jobs.
No,
Okay, give me.
not even that. They put those jobs up there so they can seem desirable, so they have hits, so it's like people want these positions, but they're not actually hiring for those jobs.
What companies and what jobs?
What companies? I mean, you can just go to any. You can go to any. I'll put it this way. All right. Before I got this job that I'm at, do you know how many jobs I applied to for the time that I was employed, which was roughly like 5 months? Do you know how many jobs I applied to within 5 months?
I'm sure it was probably in the hundreds.
It was in the thousands. I actually applied to 3,000 jobs. So by the way, I use 2 sites. One is called Teal. Teal tracks all the jobs that I ever applied to. Okay. And it's so I can keep track of all the fucking jobs that I apply to, because when you apply to jobs, they never make it easy for you to actually keep track of them. They say, we want you to create a new login for our job site. And then it's going to send you an email, but we may not update you in case we don't want to talk to you or we do want to talk to you. Right. But yeah, I applied to 3,000 jobs. You know how many jobs actually called me back? I'm going to just tell you 10 jobs called me back. I live in the state of Tennessee, specifically Nashville. I applied to 3,000 jobs in person and remote, as well as hybrid. I am a data analysis as well as a cybersecurity analyst. So the jobs that I was looking for, the position that I was going for were fields where they were like, you can make up to $170,000 annually as a stock analyst easily, or $78,000 if you're just some type of data analysis entry level, right? I applied to fucking Starbucks. You telling people that there are 5 million jobs available and that they should go and
7
just
million.
apply. That's cool. 7 million jobs available and that they should just go apply to all 7 million. Somebody's going to want them, even if they got a hit, right? Not saying they wouldn't if they applied to all 7 million, right? Even if they got a hit, how many do you think that they would actually get? Like, how many people would actually get a call back from 7 million? If I did 3,000 and I got 10, what is your rate?
I mean, I can't give you a rate off the top of my head. I know I just hired for a position at my company. I do agree. I got probably 500 resumes that came in. It's a very competitive market. That doesn't mean there's not jobs available. You might have to do something else until your job comes
You
along.
didn't hear what I said.
That's
It's
why
not
I was
about whether.
bringing up but that's why I was bringing up affordability, because then you guys are the same group of people who will chastise when somebody works at McDonald's, because that's a teenager's job to
I won't
afford life,
chastise
and it's
someone
still
working at
they can't
McDonald's.
afford life.
If you need to go do a temporary job where you
It's
work
not temporary.
as a
Who's
waiter,
working there during the day then when the kids are at school?
I
was.
But
Hold on. I wanted to point out, saying that there are 7.4 million jobs, the country is huge.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is a massive country. To say there are
also
7.4 million
massive,
jobs
man.
and act like all those jobs are just like there's a job, a one-to-one with the population as far as location goes, is disingenuous. There can be a massive amount of those jobs that are just in California, or that are just in Maine, or just in New York. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean that because there are 7.4 million jobs and because there are these many people who are unemployed, that they can just apply for all of those jobs.
No, I listen. I think you're absolutely right, but again, you might need to move somewhere else. You might need to go
But not
somewhere where
everyone
there's
has the
jobs.
luxury to move.
Money. That costs money. See, the problem is, A, you didn't account for ghost jobs. B, you didn't account for actual scammers. And C, the 7 million is the entire nation. Even if all 7 million jobs were real, that is the entire United States. And if you're not equating how many of those are actually there per state.
Again, there's no way to know what's a ghost job and what's
No,
not
so
a
then
ghost
don't.
job.
No, there actually are programs that are out there. Stuff like Built-in, which there's a Built-in for every single state. So I can say Built-in LA, but Built-in is one of those that actually accounts for ghost jobs. LinkedIn is a terrible place if you want to go and try and find a job, because I would venture to say over 50% of those jobs are not fucking real. But you're saying that what you're doing is aggregating not even aggregating, just calculating all of those jobs up together and say, look at here, you people who don't have a job, there's 7 million. Find them in your state and apply to them now.
But
And it's not
also,
even
September of this year, there are more Americans out of work than there are jobs open for the first time since April 2021. We also are having mass layoffs. There's not fucking jobs out there.
Yeah, and listen, I would not disagree that there are people who need to be on welfare unemployment because there might not be jobs for them. But I'm saying it's not the vast majority of people. I think if there's 7 million people in unemployment without a job, and there's 7 million job openings, roughly, if you want
That's
to
not how that
skew
works.
that by 5 to
That's not-
10%
7 million
with
people on
ghost jobs.
unemployment.
and it's not
Do you
even
think?
just
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
go babe.
Do you think that because there's 7 million, quote unquote, 7 million jobs, which again, this figure is just wildly inflated, but do you believe that means there's 7 million people that are on unemployment?
I think that's
Is that me?
No, that's him.
No, it's him. He just turned into a transformer for some reason.
Was that my head? Were my headphones being weird?
Yeah, you sounded like a
went into a
robot.
Decepticon for a
No,
minute.
sorry. I was saying I'm not saying 7.2 employment. I'm saying there's roughly that many people that are unemployed. Am I still roboting?
Not only are you still
Okay.
I'm so
roboting,
sorry. We're
Let me-
having
You
a
are-
full conversation.
I'm so
Yeah.
not only are
sorry.
you still roboting, the problem with that idea is that
that
you're
better?
not taking into consideration how many people have dropped out of the job market. So inflation can do, or unemployment rate can do multiple different things. One of the things that it can dictate is how many people are no longer searching for a job and for what reason, right? So that's something that when you look at the unemployment rate, you have to read into that as well. People are not looking for a job because they can't find one, so they don't go and search for one anymore. But that doesn't equate that if there's 7 million jobs available, there are 7 million people that are on unemployment. No, there might be millions of people that are not employed, but they're not on unemployment.
Sure, I don't think. Why would you stop searching for a job just because you can't find it? That to me is so insane. I have.
What do you
friends
mean?
that
You're
know-
going to kick a dead horse over and over again? Being someone who has, honestly, I had a job and I left it because they weren't treating me the way I deserved to be treated. I was being underpaid, undervalued, and they lost a bunch of shit. You're also not taking into account how many jobs when they're hiring make you go through loops and hoops in order just to even walk through the door. Being someone specifically in childcare, how many fucking times did I have to do background checks? How many days was I doing DoorDash just to make income?
Yeah, you did about like 6 background checks for 3
And
different places.
nothing. I am more than qualified, but if I apply to go work at McDonald's or Target, I get told I'm overqualified.
Also, Crow, I know the U6 versus the U3, but can you actually give me the flat number for the U6, the percentage and the flat number for the U6? That's the unemployment rate, by the way. But again, I just feel like that's very, I want to say disingenuous, but I'm going to tone it down. I'm going to say it's coming, God, it is disingenuous to come up here and say 7 million jobs.
Listen, you can take that number with a healthy bit of skepticism like you can with any data point, but I mean, it is roughly 7 million jobs, right? What would you assign a percentage to that are ghost jobs? 10?
It's not even
That's not the 7 million is not what is the whole disingenuousness of that, right? Coming up here and saying 7 million as if that A, those jobs are real jobs, but also B, that means that people are just lazy. Like how many people are actually unemployed? It's not 7 million. Like how many people are actually unemployed?
You mean that are actively searching for jobs?
So it's 13. So 8.1% is the U6, which is 13 million people are considered to be unemployed. You said there's 7 million jobs. So even if 7 million were real, there's 13 million people that don't have a job. Like,
what is? Can you explain to me what the U6 is? I'm not familiar with that manual.
The U6 is honestly, you can bring Crow up. The U6 is the unemployment rate without that is adjusted for people who are not looking for a job.
I'm so scared you're gonna make me fun of it.
We cite the U3, which is adjust out those people as well as other populations. Go ahead, Crow.
So I used to work for the Department of Labor before I worked for the Department of Health and Human Services. There's actually 6 ways to look at unemployment that the Department of Labor uses. The most commonly reported one is U3. When people are quoting the unemployment rate, they're typically quoting U3. That would be people who lost their job within the last 12 months and are actively seeking work and have no reason to not be looking for work. U6 is the broadest one that accounts for been out of work longer than 12 months. That includes discouraged workers, which is the people that Manny is talking about that due to not being able to find a job have said fuck it. That's why U6 is always the largest number. The reason we use U3 in reporting is most people when they're talking about unemployment are talking about recently unemployed.
She's saying the U6 unemployment rate I'm reading as of September was 8.2%.
So that's the 13 million people.
Okay, so you're saying instead of the 4% that they use in U3, U6
Correct.
is taking that basically double.
Yes, and that's typical. Typically, U6 will be around double of U3. because it includes the discouraged workers. It also includes underemployed people. Underemployed people are defined as like people that are working, but they're not working enough to be considered fully employed. So like the mom that is working like 20 hours a week is not counted in U6 because she's not making enough to be viewed as a worker, so she's considered underemployed.
So this is factoring in unemployed and people who work part-time.
Correct.
And marginally attached workers. What is anyone? People
Marginally attached means they are not currently employed, but they're not looking for work at this time for an acceptable reason. Say they're furloughed temporarily, they're on a temporary layoff or anything. That would make them marginally employed because they're technically employed but not working.
I would assume that would go up in like the summer when teachers are not teaching.
Correct.
So you're saying teachers would go into that U6 number while they're not
During the summertime, yeah.
but knowing that they're returning.
Right.
Okay. And then you also have to look at too. It looks like U6 unemployment rate factors in covers the civilian population age 16 and older. So obviously 16 to 18 probably aren't working because they're in high school. I don't know what percentage that would make up. Again, I'm not saying there's definitely a significant number of people who are unemployed. I wasn't familiar with that U6 number. That is kind of staggering for me to hear.
I actually get into fucking irritable debates with people that report on U3 only because I'm like, U3 is not comprehensive enough when we're talking about how many people are out of work, in my opinion. It's just a very nice word that Department of Labor, number that Department of Labor typically promotes because it makes us look better as a country.
Sure, that makes sense. I think what's more staggering to me, though, is that there's even 7 million jobs that are available for people, roughly, not including ghost jobs, like Manuel was saying.
Report.
Still seems like a staggering
study. There's a study on the Entrepreneur that says 27% of all job reportings are false. So even with that, that's what we consider like scams and ghost jobs, right? But then we also have jobs that employers do put up, real jobs that real companies that they do put up job reports, but they don't actually hire, right? Not going to get into my relationship, but there was a person that I know that used to work at Take-Two, who owns 2K and the rest of the gaming, the rest of those gaming companies, right? They worked as a project manager and something in HR. Don't care, I can butcher her title I want right now. But the point is that she would oversee the recruiters as well as the people who actually go out and search for people, right, on LinkedIn and all these other applications. There's multiple times on Glassdoor as well as Green something. Can't think of the fucking site right now, where I would see not only multiple people applying for a position, but they would have positions open for years and wouldn't actually hire anybody on those positions. Forever positions are a thing, are prevalent inside big companies. So you have to also equate for those. You saying that there's 7 million jobs also doesn't mean that there's, again, 7 million people on unemployment, 7 million people on some type of social benefit or social safety net. Like, this is just a massive conflation of numbers, right? It's not a reality, but we do have a labor shortage. We do have jobs that are available, but A, not everybody can work those jobs, and B, those jobs are not desirable for people who actually do have something higher than a high school education.
Sure, and I understand that, but unfortunately, sometimes you have to work undesirable jobs until you can get a position that you
But
want to be
sometimes
in.
you don't even qualify for the quote unquote undesirable jobs. Again, I explained to you, I have a degree, I have credentials to work the field that I want to work in, and there was no opportunities for me to do so. So I've applied to gas stations, I've applied to grocery stores, I've applied to McDonald's, Target, you fucking name it, and I get told that I am overqualified for
Not
it.
even
Hell,
that. You get the job. Let's work at
even
McDonald's.
within
I
the
worked at McDonald's. They only have you work 36 hours, which is like full time, but it's not full time. They don't offer you healthcare. They don't offer you any kind of benefits, and there's no room for improvement to work up, especially in franchises, because they install their people that they've had forever, and even corporate does that same kind of thing. What do you do?
And then with the scheduling, it makes it tough to plan around looking for something better. It makes it tough to plan around dealing with things for your family.
You know how we used to fire people at McDonald's? They didn't want to pay them unemployment.
Just don't schedule them.
hmm
Yeah.
Force them to leave.
I had that happen once.
I mean,
So-
listen, Olive, to your point, like you might have to pivot to a different position. That's not what.
And
you're
I
supposed to
have.
person do.
Hey, babe, how long have I been looking for a new job in a different field?
Yeah, I mean, and with
No,
that,
you smart.
right?
I bet you if you gave me your resume, you sound smart. I could bet I could get you a job within the next month and a half.
But but here's the thing, right? So now you're applying something that we haven't even talked about. You have the job market, and especially a lot of careers, it's not what you know, but it's who you know. There's tons of people that are in a field higher than mine that don't know half the shit I do, but because they knew someone, they were able to get that job.
Deadass. That's how I got my foot in the door with marketing. I was working in a fucking call center, but I had over the span of like a year and a half become friends with the director of marketing just at company events. So when she needed somebody to do email marketing for the company. This wasn't a small company. This is Cigars International, the largest online cigar retailer in the entire fucking country. She goes to me and she's like, "Hey, you said you know HTML, right? Yeah, and you know how to do analytics? Yeah. Do you want to just come up into my department?" Now that's something that people like would go to school for years for, and I went to school after the fact. But my very first like big fucking boy corporate job had nothing to do with my resume, because at that point my resume had nothing to do with marketing. I just happened to know the right person at the right time.
Yeah, but I mean, you networked. I mean, more people should do that. I'm not saying that, it's not hard out there for people, but it's like there are opportunities out there if you're willing to go network and put yourself in front of the right people, or send your resume out a million times to get these jobs. And I'm not saying it's going to work for everyone, but
Doing it, you're believing that people are not submitting hundreds into the thousands of applications into many different positions within their own city, right? Then you're advocating for them to leave their city and or state in order to find a better job. I live 45 minutes away from where I work. If this was California, the amount of miles that I drive, I'd be 2 hours away, right? I pass over 3 different cities just to get to where I work currently. That is not feasible for a lot of people who A, don't have the money to have a car, or B, don't have the money don't have the transportation options. Like myself, if I didn't use Olive's car, people would just say, "Well, just take Metro." Metro doesn't exist in the state of Tennessee for me to get to Madison to Franklin.
Well, again, Manuel, I understand that, but like you might have to relocate to somewhere else where the job market is better, or metro travel is
It
better.
costs money.
Okay, I understand it costs money, but it's very easy to make a long-term plan where you're going to say, "I'm going to put my move on a credit card. I'm going to pay this off
credit card
over a
debt.
1 to 2 year period,
And
then
add
I'm
more
going
to
to
your
be
credit
in a
card debt. That's
position."
if you have a good, credit score.
you
That's
have
if you
credit,
have
you can
access
get-
to
yeah.
a fucking credit card.
Can
to
you even get a
begin
credit
with.
card? On what interest rate?
You don't need that insane of credit to be able to get a $2,000 credit limit to help you facilitate a
You
move
think
across the
$2,000
country.
is enough to move?
Yeah, I just did it. I just moved from Reno, Nevada to Houston,
A deposit
Texas.
on a place plus first and last month's rent plus the U-Haul to move all your shit.
And getting a $2,000 credit card, like especially in for people who are living in Tennessee, who are living just barely above the poverty line in most cases, a $2,000 credit card is unthinkable for a lot of people.
And it depends on how already fucked up you are. Student loans, whatever the case might be.
And on the topic of looking for work, so like I live in a region, you can look this up, real estate and labor magazines. I live in Lehigh Valley, PA. Specifically, I live in Allentown, Pennsylvania. We're actually the fastest growing real estate market for high income earners. We're the fastest growing logistics hub in the country. We're actually on a massive, massive boom for both workforce and everything else like that you consider for a successful city. And that being said, my wife's been looking for work just because she wants to get out of the house again. She wants to like go fucking do something. She also is struggling with that thing a lot of stay-at-home moms struggle with sometimes, of feeling like she's not contributing enough, right? She has been applying for a year now. She has put in over 125 applications within her own field she was doing, which is retail work and retail management. 4 callbacks out of over 100 applications.
I came up here on that credit card shit. I'm gonna call Cap as a person that know how credit cards work. My lowest credit card is $25,000. You have to have a certain credit score to even touch freaking 500 nowadays. Most credit card companies and most rental agencies are not accepting credit cards. Please never tell nobody that shit again. I'm never tell nobody that shit again. To get a 2,000 shush slap nuts. To get a 2,000 credit score, you have to have a decent and you have to have a decent credit score and a income. If you have no credit score and never had anything in your name, that is considered
Me.
bad as
It's
well.
me.
That is considered bad. That is considered worse than having a bad credit score. So if somebody is just getting into the world and they try to go apply for a credit card, they're not automatically going to get a credit card. Most credit card companies are doing things now secure credit cards where it's actually your money. When it's
Yeah,
actually your money and it's not really a credit card.
It's basically like a weird personal loan. You put like $200 on the card, and then as you use it, you have to pay it off instantly. In some places, they will open it to a quote unquote normal credit card, but up until that moment, you're still having that weird limbo that if you can only put $200 on that card, I mean that's what most young people are eligible for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume you've never really had a credit card, and I'm gonna go on a limb. Your parents most likely helped you move because $2,000.
No, they didn't, Naquan. I worked.
Yeah,
80 hours
I don't
a week.
believe you.
I worked 80 hours a week, 2 jobs for an entire year.
I'm calling.
We actually just have to he real fast.
Hold on.
Too much talking.
Why don't you ask me instead of making assumptions like a rude individual?
Stop.
Because the cap that you just said, $2,000 is not moving you from one state to a fucking another. You can barely move $2,000 within the same goddamn state.
No, but you said you have kids, you have a wife, and you still had to get roommates.
Yeah, it was tough for a year. It was a tough year. I worked 80 hours a week. I made $110,000 a year working 2 jobs, 80 hours a week. It sucked. It was miserable. We got out of it. I saved up enough to buy a house. It's not hard to do if you're willing to do it.
It is hard to do. No, it's very hard to do. I live in a household with my entire family, and it was my entire family that had to help buy this house. You can't just do it alone. Some
Even
people
the-
have more than one tough year. They have multiple tough years. You are
Even
living on
describe-
survivorship bias and privilege.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying-
even describing what you had to do to do it was hard, was tough. That wasn't just an easy, like you said, you had to work 80 hours 80 hours a week on 2 jobs.
Yeah.
That's
When
not
did you spend
easy.
time with your kids?
I didn't. It was
Right.
It was.
Why
it was
is
hard.
that okay, Lyle?
I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying if you are someone who can plan long term and just
No,
eat.
but you're saying tough it out. And as a mom, absolutely the fuck not. I think it's ridiculous to expect people to grunt and grunt and grunt and grunt and then not even have anything to show for it. You don't get to take your kids to like a Zoo Lights event or anything because you need to save because you're still not making enough. No, Lyle, I'm done
Daycare.
because I'm 30 minutes over my time,
Well,
more so
and
than anything.
To take it a step further, like moving costs and stuff like that. I mean, it didn't cost me much to move, but I didn't have much to move. All I had was basically clothes. That's it. So even with the little amounts that it takes, it still costed us about maybe close to $1,000 to move from Virginia to Tennessee. And again, I don't want to work or have someone look at my resume who sims for Charlie Kirk, but that's just me.
It never
And
gets so busy making a
I
life
also-
that you forget to make a life.
But
I also want to clarify something real fast because I need everybody that does these panels to be aware of this because he said something that needs to that y'all need some knowledge for real fast. If you don't already have it, I'm not trying to be arrogant. It's just not common knowledge. When the job report comes out, notice how he said he was working 2 jobs. Do you know do you know that on the jobs report that gets counted as 2 jobs? Like it doesn't, the jobs report doesn't account for underemployed people. So one person working 3 jobs on the job report looks like 3 jobs filled, even if it's one person that's underemployed not making it working those 3 jobs.
Right.
And Chicky also pointed out something. He said he was working 2 jobs, working 80 hours a week on 2 jobs, and only making $30,000
$30,000
a year.
Making 30,000. Yeah.
Then he said 110,000. So which one was it?
In this
That's
economy,
why
yeah.
the premise was flawed from another direction. Because Manny brought up the ghost jobs, but we also have to account for the fact that job numbers counts bodies and counts jobs, not how many people are doing that job.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm just one thing, and I'm about to drop because I gotta finish this food drive at my daughter's school. Don't listen to that dude with that credit card shit. Credit cards are not as easy as they seem to get. You literally have to have a decent credit score to get a freaking credit card. And maxing out the whole $2,000 to move to another state does affect your credit as well, because they look at you as a liability because you spent that whole $2,000 right then and there.
Dude, that's
Stop
why I
listening to
gotta
people like
hold on
that.
to this house, because the pandemic fucked my whole shit up. And if I were to lose this house, my credit's fucked from the panini.
Yes, stop listening to people like that don't actually know what the fuck they're talking about with credit cards. It's not the credit cards companies won't tell you that if you spend that whole $2,000 within the blink of an eye, that it's gonna affect your credit score. They want you to spend it so they can get more from you. You
My
affect
credit
your
card
credit
debt is in
score.
collections now. They don't even own it anymore.
Also, I want to know how many roommates he had if he has a wife and kids. Like,
All right.
that is a wild thing to think about.
Oh no, and that's the thing. I was in that situation too. Randy and I were in that situation too for a minute, where we shared a house with an entire other couple that had their own child. That's a terrible way to live for another reason that nobody ever fucking talks about.
But
different parenting styles will overlap in the worst fucking ways, because like we give our kids structure, we give them discipline, not like mean discipline, but we teach them right and wrong and like logic and stuff. The family that we were sharing a space with were very much a free spirited parent, like it's okay, he's just experimenting and doing stuff, and that led to
I would lose my
resentment
shit.
between the
I
two
would
fucking
lose my fucking
families.
shit.
I
Led to
live with
constant
family and I
resentment.
have that. I love my family. But when you have a grandmother and then two adult uncles, I'm like, we get in arguments all the time. I'm like, stay the fuck out of my parenting. Like, I love you, but unless they're doing something dangerous, stay the fuck out of my parenting. And that's just a thing. Like, that's just a thing that happens. You know?
Last thing, I think, Crow, yours is a different situation because, again, you don't like Charlie Kirk. Anyways, I wanted to so bad. Okay, Ari's gonna drop me. Bye.
Maybe.
Maybe.
no.
I don't know.
She's playing.
Ari?
Nope. She waits until you start speaking because then she can get you. All right, guys. Lyle, that's a great conversation. I think you and I have had a couple good conversations on the panel. We have. I think there is some bad faith. There's a little, maybe it's not even just bad faith. I think you have a lot more hope in the numbers that you're looking at than what is the reality of people's actual situations day to day. So I think that's part of it. It becomes disingenuous and bad faith when we look at it and how people survive, and you can't use your personal experience to say how other people are going to be able to do that. So I think that's where the problem lies. But I kicked you not because of anything that you did. I have no problem having conversations with you. I'm literally 35 minutes over my time. I would like to be able to eat before I have to go pick up my children from school. So that's a thing that I like to do. But I enjoy those conversations. Thank you guys for being here. Last chance before I kick that. If you are not following my backup account, please do so. We are really, really so close. Like, I think like less than 100 now to 1,000. So we are so close on having that backup account have live access. So, well, enjoy your nap, Blue, if you're napping. But I appreciate you guys being here as I always do every single day. Thank you guys so much for the support, tapping until your fingers are sore, sharing the live out, doing your daily heart me's. I appreciate it. I do post my lives every single day the next day onto YouTube in case there's a part you want to rewatch or there's something you missed. You can go ahead and do that. That link is in my bio. I have a Discord, small little bit of verification. If you open a ticket, fill out the little 3 questions, I can get you in there pretty quickly because I check it pretty constantly because we be talking a lot in there. You're going live, Chris? Okay, so I guess Chris is going live. So we can go raid Chris. Go ahead and do a Monty raid on Chris. Again, I appreciate you guys. Drink water, take care of yourselves, spend time with friends and family. Again, that's what we were talking about. Capitalism keeps you busy so you can't. So spend time with your friends and family. Please do so. Take care of yourselves. I love you guys so much. I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, whatever time that is for you. And I love you all so very, very much. Have a great, wonderful, wonderful day.